one socialist hit a wall in Florida. Democrat Jared Moskowitz crushed the socialist backed Oliver Larkin. Moskowitz got 64% of the vote. Dana Marie McNichol joining us. Dana Marie, what's Moskowitz saying about his win?
Hey, Stuart. Well, I can tell you that after that victory, Moskowitz went straight to X and posted his condolences to Hassan Piker. That's that far less controversial commentator. Now, we do know that socialist test really failed for the congressional primary here in Florida. DSA-backed Oliver Larkin, as you mentioned, he will not advance. Larkin ran on abolishing ICE, free tuition, and ending aid to Israel, so he wasn't able to beat Moskowitz, who ran as a pro-Israel moderate. Larkin tried to get that younger Gen Z and millennial crowd, but couldn't push through the affluent, heavily Jewish 25th district here, where Israel was a central issue in this race. Now let's get to that major upset of the night. State Representative Angie Nixon defeated Alex Vidman with a grassroots campaign. This was delivering a major left-wing victory over an establishment Democrat. Vidman is a former National Security Office official who was a key witness in President Trump's first impeachment trial. Nixon won by double digits despite raising just under $1 million compared to Vidman's almost $17 million. Now, Nixon gained national attention after her arrest for staging a sit-out outside Governor DeSantis' office. She'll now face an uphill battle in November against Republican Senator Ashley Moody, who got 1.3 million votes. Nixon wasted no time calling out her opponent.
She doesn't care about anyone but herself. And so I look forward, Ashley Moody, to taking you on and to whooping you in November, and you will be calling me your senator.
Now, on the Republican side, as expected, Byron Donald secured the GOP nomination for governor. He'll face former Republican Congressman David Jolly, who is hoping to turn Florida blue, positioning himself as a moderate.
Look, I reject the DSA. I reject socialism. I'm a capitalist, and I think capitalism provides the greatest amount of economic mobility. I have been with Angie on the trail, and I'll tell you this, she's a fighter. She leaves it all on the field.
And Stuart, as Jolly and Nixon both head to that campaign trail, it's going to be interesting how their message aligns. And if they are looking to, the Democratic Party for any guidance on that, especially Angie Nixon, as she hopes to gain that U.S. Senate seat.
Dana Marie, thank you very much. Former mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, joins me now. Your Honor, how come Angie Nixon won so big?
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. It wasn't a contested race. I mean, if you think about DSA candidates, they've been essentially fringe candidates getting 1 or 2% in small races historically. Now they're becoming sort of more dangerous, right? Because they're playing in bigger races. They're coming close. I heard you earlier asking whether they were gaining or losing momentum. I think this election cycle made them lose a little bit of momentum. I think they were gaining a lot of energy and steam against the traditional Democrats. And I think now you see in Florida, David Jolly and obviously Moskowitz, who are both, centerline Democrats, pro-Israel, actually a lot of ties to Republican Party. David Jolly was a Republican congressman, and Moskowitz worked for Governor DeSantis. So you're seeing sort of these super conservative Democrats, if you will, if such a thing exists, doing much, much better against the DSA candidates in Florida. And I don't think she had a contested race, so I don't really count that as if she was taken out like an incumbent, as if, if Moskowitz would have lost, that would have been significant.
Yes, it certainly would. I want to change the subject, and please don't laugh at me, Your Honor. Look at this headline. Democrats are entering their thirst trap era. It says Democrats are leaning into their sex appeal by pushing younger, more attractive candidates with unbuttoned shirts, exposed biceps, and tan suits. Your Honor, you're a good-looking guy. Do Republicans need to lean into the thirst trap? What do you think?
Listen, I definitely post workout videos and did it when I was mayor. And I think that's important to project vitality, energy. Look, young voters are looking for a path to prosperity. They want to make sure that this uncertain future that they're looking at with AI and the potential disruption of jobs is something that they're going to be able to navigate. They also want to make sure that they can live affordably. So I think those are pocketbook issues that Republicans need to face head on. The Democratic Socialist platform is let's just give it all to them for free. But they do have candidates that are attractive, that are articulate, and candidate quality does matter. I do believe that in elections, which can be at some level somewhat superficial, candidate quality does matter in terms of the ability to deliver a message. That doesn't necessarily mean that the message is accurate. It doesn't mean that the message is deep. And I think voters in this cycle are already recognizing these false promises and sort of rejecting them. But it does help when you have a candidate that's articulate, that's smooth, and that can make an argument.
And works well on camera. Works well in social media.
Yes.
Attractive, young.
It does.
You got it all, Your Honor. You got it all. Which office are you going to run for next?
No, look, I'm very blessed to be a Fox News contributor, doing very, very well with Alpha Wave Global, which is the asset management firm that I help run, and of course, as a lawyer for a multinational firm in Quinn Emanuel. I'm pretty busy, so I'm having fun.
Okay. Keep us up to speed with what you're up to. Your Honor, it was always a pleasure, and
it.
still is. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again sooner. Lou Bassanese.